Soon I discovered that this rock thing was true. Jerry Lee Lewis was the devil. Jesus was an
Brother.
architect.
You know?
So Adam, we've known each other for a while, and I heard you went through some stuff, some accidents, and some stuff after that. And I really think what you went through might benefit people that hear this. So why don't you tell me what you've been through?
Oh man, let's see. So in the past couple of years, I would say 2018, I started working for this for I guess I could say the state agency, Department of Transportation. And what we do is emergency response. So we do things on the freeway, do like maintenance, basically maintenance. We take care of the roads, we take care of the freeways, we take care of accident scenes, we respond, we do what we have to do.
Okay.
And sometimes we have to put ourselves in situations where we know it's going to be pretty hairy. For example, 2018, I got T-boned on the way to a job to fix a guardrail hit somebody, Anyway, so that's when I got my first concussion. That concussion was pretty harsh. There's a lot of time that is missing. You know what I mean?
hmm
And
Is that why you just skipped right from accident to concussion?
yeah, yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that happened. I mean, it was just like I don't
yeah,
know, man. I just remember driving, and then I don't remember. I don't remember
yeah.
what I remember. You know what I mean?
Right.
But um, that whole process was pretty gnarly, man. You have to go sit in a hospital. The protocol is you sit in a hospital, you get checked out by the physician, and then you go home. And then they want you to come back to work, and they want you to get on and do things like that. But what they don't tell you is the recovery. What do you do after?
Exactly.
A lot of people I know like to sit around and take medicine and hope that helps them.
Right.
For me, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? I like to go, do things. For example, I started physical therapy right away. And with physical therapy in conjunction with that, I did a lot of, concussion. Well, it would go back. The concussions or headaches were so gnarly, dude. I mean, just super gnarly, like massive. It just massive. And anything I could do to alleviate those headaches was, I was going to try. Cryotherapy helped a lot. Float tanks helped a lot. IV therapy helped tremendously. Hyperbaric chambers helped a lot because it just concentrated on your body because your body was being restricted with blood flow. So hyperbaric chambers, you basically sit in a compressed air tank, and it's the equivalent of flying in an airplane, and it just pressurizes and then gets your body oxygenated on a cellular level.
That sounds
Now I don't
awesome.
know, it's crazy. It's crazy. You just sit in a tank and just kind of on your phone, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
kind of relax and just taking that oxygen in. But it helped so much with healing, that when the second accident happened and I got rear-ended and another concussion, it helped with my healing much faster, much quicker because I already knew what to do. You know,
Interesting.
yeah. So those things are in conjunction were just amazing. And I don't know how everybody else operates, but I just know how my body operates. And then, physical therapy on top of that, on top of, all this can combine, sitting in that cryotherapy tank, dude, that thing was just so crazy, negative 295. And it's just like, you're just supercharged, dude. I mean,
So you go into a tank, and what happens?
so in a cryotherapy tank, it depends if it's the full body or the neck down. I mean, the neck down, you know
Okay.
what I mean? The
Okay.
neck down, you kind of like sit in this tank and it kind of comes up to here, right up to your bottom of your chin, and you kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
sitting there and you're freezing. You wear gloves, you wear obviously your Speedos and your socks and slippers, and you just go in there and you freeze. You know what I mean? And you
My
get out,
balls are shriveling right now.
boom, boom. You know what I mean? It just drops. Dude. Anyway, it's not the point. But so then you get out of this, and they do this thing called Normatec, which is basically this compressed massage pants that kind of just like slip over your pants, and you kind of just slip on, and you just kind of sit there and you pound water because you're dehydrated and you don't realize it.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden you have this blood that's flowing through your body that's just oxygenated and amazing feeling, and all of a sudden you're just hungry, and you heal so much faster with all this. It's just amazing. I can't even express how, somebody with concussion should strongly try all these things, because the medicine isn't going to be the answer. It's just the band-aid fix. You know what I mean?
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Man, that's
So
crazy.
yeah, it's insane, man. I mean, both accidents. I'm glad that I was represented by an attorney. That's the one thing that people need to understand. It's like, you get an attorney when something like that happens, or have a medical plan with your doctor.
Right.
I got an amazing doctor, dude. She's fucking killer, dude. She's awesome. And
Yeah.
I tell her what I want. She's like, okay, so I can't give you pills. And I'm like,
Awesome. Yeah.
let go then, because that's the route I want. No medicine. I
No
want
medicine.
heal my body naturally. You know what I mean? And it
Exactly.
works.
Yeah.
So get a good, strong, relationship with that physician, and you're going to be set up for success.
So what's the tank where you're just the isolation chamber? Is that
Oh,
what
the
it's?
10th Street. That's the float tank.
So did the float tank get your mind in a better place for you to accept some of these other treatments? You know what I'm saying there?
I would say yes, because after the first accident, I did the first float, and my body was super tense anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You get into this tank where it's X amount of pounds of salt in this water that's room temperature, basically your body temperature. You get in, you float, you're in there for like 90 minutes. I go 90 minutes because an hour's too short.
Yeah.
My mind needs that reset.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so it resets your mind, and then you basically think about, you can think about anything. You go in there with music, you can go out there without music. I sometimes go in there without any kind of music whatsoever, any sound, any light, nothing, in
Right.
the dark. And that's the best time to just like reset your mind. It's like, zero down,
Yeah. Find out what's really important.
100%. You
Yeah.
have 90 minutes of time. Take yourself a little nap where you heal. You're healing your body with all the salt. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's amazing, man. I mean, the place I go to, the guy who owns it, his name is Dan, and he is just amazing with what I wanted to do and how I wanted to heal. I mean, it's crucial to have a relationship with these kind of people, because they
Yeah.
know already, but they don't know you. So these float tanks are amazing. 90 minutes of solitude, silence. You go in there and think about, okay, so if I go to this treatment next, or if I go to that treatment, how am I going to, do I want to do this? Nope, I do want to do this,
Yep. Yep.
So I strongly recommend those too. They help with, all sorts of other things too, not only just, accident recovery, injury recovery, muscle recovery, fibromyalgia, PTSD. They help with all sorts of things. And then just the tanks are just beneficial for everything,
Yeah.
not just one thing, which is amazing. So
Okay.
I don't know
And
if
then,
that answers your question or not, but
yeah, it really does. Yeah. How did you there's a lot of people in this country that are just underinsured, non-insured, or having their insurance taken away. And I think a lot of people might be asking, yeah, I mean, he did this, but how? How? Because I don't have those resources. You know what I mean? So how did
yeah.
you do that?
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of you got, like I said, you have to have a strong attorney. You have
Okay.
to have
Step one.
step one is the attorney. Step two is you have for us here in Washington State, it's you have to have L&I. Make sure that you're on board with your L&I case manager, because that's the big linchpin right there. Is if you have that case manager working with you, your attorney, and working with your doctor in conjunction, you got a lethal team of success right there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of it will come out of pocket, and in the long run will come back to you. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It'll take time, but it's better. I mean, I have not lost work. I mean, I've been out of work a couple of days here and there for headaches, for for reasons like that.
Hmm.
Things are just entirely too much. But if I work, so I have enough money set aside, or I'll do some I'll help somebody get a little bit of money. Boom, set it aside for that, for the, for float tanks, for cryotherapy tanks, for everything,
Right.
And here they're kind of expensive because West Coast is pretty high, high cost of living. So
You think?
a little bit.
Wonder why.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So I don't know. I think that the attorney, having an attorney is the big thing. To work with the case manager, because if you don't have that proper representation, you don't have that proper fundage, you don't have that proper communication, it is devastating to you, not only to you, but in the long run to your health, to your case, it's just not good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But get on board right away with those, with that team, and for the love of whoever you pray to, but Jesus, the Satan, the God, the whoever, get a goddamn attorney first and foremost before you do anything. You know what I mean? My attorney is fantastic. I've been with her now for, I'm going to say close to 6 years. Oh, probably a little bit longer than that. And she's been pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Don't pull your head from your ass, swallow your pride a little bit. Be humble.
Be humble. Be humble to certain people.
And Rick Lamar said it right, man. Be humble. You know what I mean?
Right.
Be humble. These people, your attorney, be humble, be honest. Your L&I case manager, your doctor, be humble, be honest.
Be honest.
Don't mess around. You know what I mean? This is your health that's on the line. I mean,
you brought that up in a Facebook chat that you wanted to discuss this. And so I didn't know how to research that. You know what I mean? I never know how to start a topic. But then I was thinking, I dated this lady here in Tallahassee, Walden, and her company, what they do is they're taking small minute clinics and putting them in businesses, like at Amazon plants and stuff like that. And then, so when you do get hurt, you're immediate, you're from floor to doctor, and then your company knows, and they're still a separate entity, not run by and I thought that was a really cool idea for people.
But if you already have a game plan, if you're already prepping, what do they say about prepare for the worst and hope for the best?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It applies to your health, your life, when you get an accident, your family, disasters. It doesn't matter if you apply that simple principle. Okay, that's cool. So what happens if I get an accident here?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 step, step, step. You know what I mean? And then have a plan for your healing. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because I got a friend of mine who's completely still traumatized, has massive PTSD every time she gets in a vehicle where she's going to be driving. She got hit and the semi was going 70 miles an hour, I think it was. No brakes, plowed into the back of her truck, the Scorpion truck, and just annihilated this thing. Talking to her now, she's completely just, I'm not getting in that kind of a truck ever again. And it's like, you didn't do no proper healing is the problem. You didn't think about, hey, how am I going to go step by step and heal myself? How am I going to do this, or how am I going to do that? And so I want to be able to show people, I want to be able to help people. Hey, this is what you do. These are the steps you take,
Yeah. So how did your family deal with this then?
Oh man. So there, like I said, there was a lot of times where I don't remember a lot of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I kind of just I was glad that my kids and my old lady was just there and supportive and understood. And I mean, there was times when I was irrational, angry for no reason, but that was part of the concussion, part of the healing.
Yep.
And right off the bat, they recognized the signs and they brought me back down. You know what I mean? They brought me right back to the earth. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm angry. I'm going to go outside.
Right. Yeah.
Something. And so the immediate family was very supportive, really supportive. And, I'm pretty thankful for that. They just, brought it down and reminded me who I am. You know what I mean? And so this path of healing has been amazing on all sorts of levels, on a spiritual level. And I realized that, I'm not by no means religious, but I am very, very spiritual, and that's something I relied on when I, during this whole path, meditation, and spirituality and believing and healing.
So what's the future for you then in your recovery? How are the headaches?
Oh man, the headaches have decreased tremendously. I think that we're gonna go see a specialist one more time. I'm not sure exactly when all this, when the lockdowns lifted, and then I'm gonna continue. I mean, I'm doing physical therapy on my own right now because my they gave you a lot of slots for that, and I used all of them up.
Okay.
And then continue with my chiropractic treatment, continue with my hyperbaric, continue with cryotherapy, and just stay on top of that healing. My goal is to not have to take any medicine, man. I mean, I believe that the opioid crisis has enough bullshit in it already that why do I want to put that in my body? Why do I want to, I don't want to be addicted to anything,
Yeah. If you have to take it, then make a plan to get off it before you start taking it and stick to it.
So I don't know, man. I just plan on healing. I think I'm doing pretty good and I'm really proactive about it. That I'm not sitting around being stale. I'm proactive, and if I have a question about something, I'm reaching out and I'm actually being, proactive. So that's the big thing, for me, just to be that active and to be on top of everything that people don't know about, or trying this or trying that, and then seeing what works and applying it to me personally. I think that's my plan. Just keep going, not stop at healing, get stronger. You know what I mean?
Okay. Hey, Adam, thanks for being here.
A little bit. Now your face is frozen. Right?
But I did want to get the, hey, Adam, thanks for being here.
Cool, man. Hell yeah.
Shit, and I didn't even get that sincere look that video gives because I turned my video off. Hey, Adam, thanks for being here.
Hell yeah, man.